And welcome back to the Pass Live. Thank you all for tuning in tonight for the monthly rip of Needle and Wax Stack, the series where we go back and rip open old boxes of wax, chasing after legendary and elusive insert cards, autographs, whatever they may be. And tonight, that road has led us the whole way back to the year 1992, as we are going to savagely swashbuckle our way through a jumbo box of 92 Classic Best. Now, these boxes aren't really too expensive for the possible payoff. There are a lot of nice autographs you can pull from here. Ken Griffey Jr. signed 100 different cards. Nolan Ryan signed 100. Mike Schmidt signed, I think, over 4,000. Chipper Jones signed some, and even Carlos Delgado. So hopefully we might see one of those in this box that I paid, I think, $15 for at a card show in Maryland earlier in the year, which is a really good price because typically you look online, these are about 40 on eBay. So I think we have 24 packs inside of here, and I believe there's 23 cards per pack plus one bonus card. It's a 450 card set. The biggest cards you'll find in the base set: Chipper Jones, Griffey, Piazza Jr., and Derek Jeter also had a card in this set, but it was only available in the factory sets. I want to say I've opened like at least one jumbo box of these for this series, and it's been a little while. So I've been hanging on to this box for quite a few months now. It's time to swan dive our way through 92 Classic Best in desperation of finding one of these chase cards. Normally I don't have any luck when it comes to that, but maybe tonight the tide will turn. So thank you guys all for being here. Let us get down to ripping. Very 90s style packaging on the cover of this pack. But let's see what we can find. We got Mikey G in the house, Paul L, Paul F, and everybody else. Floyd Finn is also here. Says, I'm interested in card number 434. Guess the Hall of Famer it is. Floyd Fan, thank you very much for that. And 434, that would have been part of the factory set. I'm guessing it's going to be Derek Jeter. That would be my guess. Chris Cooper, what's going on, man? But 92, you kind of had to worry about bricking for some releases. Not the case with this because it didn't have the ultra varnish coating. And if it were 1992 right now, I would be losing it over this Aaron Seeley insert. I think these were one per pack. Aaron Seeley was my PC guy. Probably not too long after this, shortly after this, I should say, right around this time. We got a Nolan Ryan in the very first pack. I think it's card number 1 of the set, the black and white photo. Number 1. Very nice. And Ryan in the first pack, that's pretty sick. I think the collation is always the same for these. You find Nolan Ryan, Mike Schmidt, and then Griffey all in a row. That's a pretty awesome way to start this off. Unfortunately, none of those are autographed. Brian Taylor also, a blast from the past. He signed some cards. I hope we don't get stuck with the David McCarty autograph or Royce Clayton. I would definitely accept the Brian Taylor because back in 92, couldn't get your hands on his stuff. There's Tate Seafried showing off his rear end. Jim B, Goodfellas, says, got to love ripping packs of cards from back then. Or Jim C. Jim C, what's going on, man? We got Mike King in the houses. Let's get something huge. What is going on, Mike? Thank you very much for that. Benji Gill, a cringe-worthy name for Paul L, but off to a good start. Also, over 92, I'll be flipping out over Nigel Wilson. Big prospect from this time, you'll find his rookie 92 Bowman, which is kind of similar to this design as far as the all-white borders. Yvonne Cruz and Brian Cornelius. I would be excited about any kind of autograph. I don't really want David McCarty. That would probably rain on my parade entirely, but a Delgado would be sweet. But Griffey, Nolan Ryan, Schmidt would obviously be the best ones. And look at this, second pack in, Griffey insert card. Very nice. Like I said, for the price you pay for these, $40, basically a little more than a modern blaster. You got a chance of pulling some pretty sick autographs and just some nice base cards overall. It's Gary Anderson, rookie also in 92 Bowman, another guy that only had one true rookie card in that set. Rondell White, a big prospect from this time. Now, these are minor league cards, in case anyone was wondering why the hell you haven't heard of half the players. Another Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan, Mike Schmidt, and Griffey. Back-to-back packs. That's pretty crazy. So I don't think we're going to put any of them on the Omen list or Omen watch list. And Brian Taylor, David McCarty. You got to love the junk wax collation. Tate Seafried showing off his rear end. 2 packs in. But Jason, I need 402 to complete the set. Of course, Jeter. Yeah, I knew Jeter was after the 400, but I wasn't sure how far along. Yeah, the Jeter's definitely a cool card. I think I've sold them before auction. My only gripe with this product is packs are kind of tough to open. Give you a whole lot of leeway to rip into the top. We got Penny Sleeve Steve in the house, and Mark Hutton is the insert in that pack. Alvaro Benavides. Whitford. And you might see some offensive signage hanging out in the background. Alan Watson. I feel like I was definitely stoked on him back in like the early mid-90s. Tyler Green. So you'll definitely see some guys that made the major leagues and a bunch of guys like Ray Jackson, who I don't believe ever did. Dax Jones. Alan Zinter. Clemente Alvarez. Scott Sapicki. Jeremy says, pulled a Jeter auto out of 5,000 from a box of Classic almost 30 years ago. That's freaking sick, man. Definitely a pretty tough feat to pull anything like that from this. But these boxes in this release, they really weren't produced on the junk wax scale. I believe it was 20,000 10-box cases. So based on the millions they were printing in 92, definitely a low number. Midray Cummings, kind of a cringy name. So, unfortunately, we're not going to see Griffey's in every pack, but we do find a Will Van Landingham for Craig B. If he's lurking in the background or if he watches the replay, he'll be stoked on that. Jason Beret, another guy that I was stoked on back in the 90s. Steve Gibraltar's Willie Green, Pirates prospect at one time. Jose says, remember MLB site that came out, seeing Bowman cards if player A or B made the big leagues. Greg Pepper Anthony. Troy Hughes and Chipper Jones. This didn't really show up the backside too much. There's not really a whole lot on the back, but acquired by the Braves, June of 1990. Nice one. One of the best cards in the base set. Scott Bullitt, another former Pirates prospect. 3 G's. I collect Derek Jeter cards. I had no idea how many different rookie cards he has. Jeter also has a minor league upper deck card as well that was released in 92. Yeah, he definitely has a decent amount. He also has a card in the front row set, something I have not opened on this channel really ever, but he's possible autographs in that. I've seen a box of those at an antique mall for the last couple of years, and I thought about buying it, but it's kind of pricey. I think they're 125, 150. Shane Andrews, the insert card of this was Frankie Rodriguez. I think Frankie Rodriguez, he might have signed some cards for this release. I honestly can't remember. He had some, definitely an insert or two possibility. Alan Newman, Pat Mears, Ken Powell looking rather sweaty. And nothing to write home about in that last pack. Paul Ellis' Jeff O'Neill, underrated player in my opinion. And tomorrow night, don't forget that I will be on the Attitude Era Monday radio show. Approximately 10 p.m. I think he said 9:45 to 10:15, but on the thing he sent out, it was like 10 to midnight. So kind of a vast difference there. I'm not entirely sure what the time slot is, but I posted it on the TPIA Facebook page. If you've not seen it yet. Nolan Ryan insert card is a nice one as well. So far, good box. Billy Ashley. Another one I was stoked on. There's an Andy Pettit minor league card. Is it a podcast? I think it is, Fluid Fan. I know he has a lot of, wrestlers and stuff like that on there. There's Rob Nen. Joe's Card Crow. I hated that card back in 92. Tony Bridges. Mike. I was going to say. Checklist card. And nothing else too noticeable in that. Mick Foley, John Japs collab. It's not a Ryan Cross podcast. It's a couple of guys that I'm not familiar with that had reached out to me originally, but I think they do have wrestlers and stuff on there. Ryan Cross might know them though. Solomon Torres insert card was definitely a hot prospect at one point. Scott Talanoa definitely got pretty beat up on that corner. Tyrone Hill. Been a couple of years since we've opened these, I believe. Bobby Abreu is a nice one as well. Tony Womack. Joe Perona looking rather sadistic and ornery in that photo. There's a Manny Ramirez also we can find in here. Orlando Miller. Tim Brown. Darryl Whitmore, and there's Manny Ramirez. Another nice one of the set. Probably the last best one of the base sets. Dr. Jabs, the red vest is for Pee-wee, not the Terminator. Well, we have to try it on Pee-wee. We just did a quick try on for the Terminator for that video. But, yeah, well, ultimately it will be for Pee-wee. These pack wrappers are pretty tough. You can't get your grubby little fingers in there. Very difficult. BCCG10, yeah, that one with the busted ass corner definitely would have been a BCCG10. Scott Bullet, the cringe continues. Mateo Ozuna, wonder if there's any relation to Marcelo Ozuna. Could not tell you. Tyler Green again. There's Mike Lieberthal, our kind of big prospect from this era. Desi Relaford, Frankie Rodriguez again. No sign of any autographs. Jason Townley, the sunburn or some sort of rash covering his cheeks. Paul says Pee-wee will wear the vest for 5 minutes and max until he burns a cigarette through it. Brian Smith's also in the house. He's related to Pablo Ozuna only. Carpal tunnel opening these. Pee-wee moonlighting as a bartender at the Red Vest restaurant. Let us never ever forget the Red Vest restaurant to live on in infamy for all eternity. There's Frankie Rodriguez insert. The checklist card. Kind of generic. But I've seen worse. John Ellerman looks kind of devious in that photo. Looks like he's up to no good. No Mike Piazza yet. Scott Hatterberg, another name from the 90s. And nothing else too noticeable in there. Trevor Williams in the house. This Frankie Rodriguez pitch for the 1990s Twins only to be lit up often. My grandpa was a diehard Twins fan, and I watched this terrible era with him. Yeah, I feel like when Frankie Rodriguez first came out, he definitely had some hype to him. But did not quite meet that at all. Thank you, Trevor. And I do have a Kevin Bass. What was the Kevin Bass variation called? The 44 4-cent? Was it no pants on front? I got one of those set aside for you. There's Mike Lieberthal yet again. Sean Ryan. Can we find a Griffey auto? So rather commendable mullet flapping in the wind of John Kelly. The rather deranged. Hills have eyes like facial structure. John Roper. Kevin Stalker. Forgot he was in this set too. Another name for the 90s. There's quite a few guys that made the majors in this release. And it's a quick rip. Paul L. demanding Mike Walkden. We have not seen Mike Walkden in a while. I looked back and realized that recently. I'm like, a second, the last few videos and live streams, we have not seen the levitating Mike Walkden. There's nothing holding him up in this soon-to-be eternal snow globe. He is floating in there on his own free will. And for anyone that's going to start chanting for Pee-wee, he's also here as well. Emphysema worsens by the day. Paul L. is pumped on the Walkden sighting. That was well-deserved. Long time coming. All right, let us find. There's a Delgado insert. Not an autograph, unfortunately. BC6. Nice one nonetheless. Brian Barber, another guy who would go on to pitch in the majors. William Bill Bliss. Jason Schmitz, a decent name from this release. And look at that, we got Ricky Vitalico, but better yet, much better than Ricky Vitalico, Mike Piazza. Very nice. Put that in the goodie pile. PJ Forbes, Omar Garcia, Tony Eusebio, and Mark Sapelli. Ends that pack. JC's pack pulled PSA 10s galore. Nothing but PSA 10s from these packs, like this Brian Taylor. Would be cool to have a Brian Taylor autograph, though. Billy Van Landingham's Jason Beret. Would be pretty sick. Scott Stahoviak. Benji Gill. Yeah, no, it's weird. The first two packs we saw all the hits come out, and then kind of died after that and flatlined. Abreu and Gary Mota. So we got, what, 8 packs left of this seemingly quick rip. Like I said, it's kind of a cool pickup for, you could probably find them for less than $40, honestly. These pack wrappers are going to be the literally the death of me. Very precise. Paulson will never get used to seeing Bobby Bray referred to as Baba Bray. It is weird. And look at that. Javi Lopez, or as we called him back in '92, JD Lopes. Also has an error card the previous year. Solomon Torres, Roberto Pettigene. There's Brian Hunter. So a bunch of guys that went on to play in the majors in this pack. Gary Anderson yet again. Can we find Brad Ausmus, Bobby Munoz, Troy O'Leary, and Kiki Hernandez? The original Kiki Hernandez. Not this modern day imposter. Really made you work for these back then. Barely get my fingers in there. Travis Dottie says Roberto Pettigene was supposed to be a superstar. They didn't work out. That didn't work out the way planned. It definitely did not. Kiki, do you love me? Andrew says, our days dwindle. The mystery of Paul Heron's disc lives on in our minds and souls. Paul Heron's disc is definitely still here on standby, waiting, literally waiting to bring forth world peace or the apocalypse. I guess we're going to find out together. Mike Piazza insert card now shows up. Very nice. But still a severe drought on autographs. A lot of Kikis in this era. Steve Cook. But at least seeing a different collation here. Here's Delgado base card. Tyler Houston, Paul Bird, and Brian Giles. I totally forgot Brian Giles in this set also. The Sheets sign in the background. Nothing offensive back there, unfortunately, unless you're offended by Sheets. Which, if that's the case, I don't really know what to tell you. It's kind of a stretch. Eric Karras, Miss Piazza. Yeah, the two of those guys were inseparable. And when they were separated, you could definitely tell by the emotion. Cliff Floyd insert card shows up. It's a decent one. Midray Cummings at again. Billy Ashley. Pettit. And Kilvio Veras. Johnny Ruffin, Eric Booker ends that pack. And then there were 5. Hopefully tomorrow night I will get some things together and I will finally have the compulsive gambler shoebox. I still haven't gone through it. I think there's 2 shoeboxes full of top-loaded cards. Hopefully I'll have that video, and then the Attitude Era Monday around 10. Tuesday we're opening 93 Top Series 1 Jumbo, chasing the Jeter Gold, which I have to actually list that break tonight. So I'll probably post that as soon as this video is over. Chipper Jones insert shows up. Not an autograph, unfortunately. Jason Schmidt. The Junk Wax gods have screwed me yet again thus far. Eduardo Perez, a name for the majors. Shane Andrews. Joe Randa. I never really liked Joe Randa. Homer Bush. Paul L. could tell you all about Homer Bush from the previous year, the autograph that I found in, I think it was in that filthy shoebox that the guy told me I might find an MFing Michael Jordan rookie in. I think that's where I got that whole, team set, and Homer Bush was autographed. It's still on standby somewhere in this cesspool of a room. Got Dave McCarty, not the autograph. Luckily, Jorge Fabregas. And some different names. We've got their Bina shows up. Cliff Floyd base card. I'm not seeing a Dimitri Young yet, though. Jesus Tavares. What the hell? What's up with this Marcus Moore card? These birds in the background, or is he spitting? It's an interesting photo that I'm kind of obsessed with. Very, very. I've never noticed that before in this release, but it's pretty sick card. We like it. Sean Bryan is that pack. Marcus Moore smoking a Phantom Doobie. Something's going on with that photo. It's pretty ridiculous. Mike Willis has never heard of you. Never heard of you. There's definitely a lot of guys in here, and there's Dimitri Young. Finally shows up. Unfortunately, I did not buy this box from the son of Dimitri Young and his collection, like some people may be obsessing over. And what the hell is up with this? 3 check... If I was a kid and I bought one pack of these and got 5 checklists in a row, I would be freaking pissed. Furious. And I mean, they're at least all in the numerical order. That's kind of cool if you're putting a set together. But what a major bummer and robbery, possibly, of a nice autograph. Checklist hot pack indeed. Rudy Pemberton. Pretty weird. I don't remember that from last time. 5 in a row. Eric Z says some serious BS right there. You're telling me, man. That is definitely some serious BS. Wizzy says, isn't one of these with the Mike Schmidt auto? Yeah, Mike Schmidt signed, he signed for a couple different releases of Classic. He signed, like, I think 4,100 autographs for this, whereas Nolan and Griffey signed 100 each, so much harder to pull their cards. Scott Ruffcorn, insert card. I don't think anyone would ever been stoked on that, except for me, as an 8-year-old kid opening these in 92. Rich Becker, Midray Cummings. So the 5-pack, or the 5 checklist pack, may have possibly screwed me on any of these autographs. It's 150,000 cases. But like I said, they only made or produced 200,000 boxes of these, which is a low number for 92. Comparison to the 5+ million of tops. And I mean, Bowman was definitely produced on a lower scale in 92. You can just tell that by the values of those cards and just I mean, there's no excess of boxes of 92 Bowman. I mean, there's a lot of them out there, but not nearly as much as there is of 92 Leaf and all of this other stuff that is still everywhere. So it wouldn't be a Needle and WaxStack video without disappointment at the end. What the hell? Save the best for last. 2 packs that have 5 checklists each in them. Thank you, Classic Best. You wrecked the Needle and WaxStack series. But I may revisit that at some point down the road. Who knows? Gonna obsess over this Marcus Moore card and try to figure out what is going on there, because I refuse to believe that those are birds. So all kinds of wild conspiracy theories can fly. But like I said, $15 for that box. Got some sweet insert cards. Got some Piazzas, Manny, Chipper, Nolan Ryans, Griffey inserts scattered everywhere. So not really a bad box. So grab yourself a box and try your luck. See if you can pull any of those autograph cards. And you can also drop me comments down below and let me know random boxes you'd like to see ripped, chasing after rare autograph cards and things of that nature, and I will take them into consideration. But other than that, I'll be back hopefully tomorrow night with the Compulsive Gambler collection. And then Tuesday, 6 Topps Gold cards in each one of these big bulbous packs. 24 packs to savagely rip through. It's 144 Topps Gold cards we're going to unearth. Hopefully at least one is a Jeter. So stay tuned for that. You guys freaking rule. Thank you guys all for watching. Hopefully I'll see you back tomorrow night.